A whistle too far officiating chaos in the WNBA. The WNBA is a showcase of world-class athleticism and skill. However, a dark cloud hangs over this league: the referees. Poor officiating has become a glaring issue, marring the viewing experience for fans and actively hindering the players on the court. From excessive foul calls to baffling inconsistencies, the Zebras are wreaking havoc on an otherwise beautiful game. It's time to address the elephant in the room. The WNBA has a refereeing problem. Stoppage time: how excessive fouls are killing the flow. Basketball is a game of rhythm, of fast breaks and fluid offense. It's a sport that thrives on momentum, where a single play can shift the tide of the game. The beauty of basketball lies in its fluidity, the seamless transitions from defense to offense, the quick passes, and the exhilarating fast breaks that leave fans on the edge of their seats. Yet, watching a WNBA game can often feel like observing a series of herky-jerky movements punctuated by incessant whistles. The constant interruptions break the rhythm, making it difficult for players to find their groove. It's not just the players who feel the impact. The fans, too, are left frustrated as the game's natural flow is disrupted time and again. The sheer volume of fouls called is staggering. Each whistle signals another pause, another break in the action. It's a pattern that repeats itself throughout the game, turning what should be a dynamic and engaging spectacle into a disjointed series of stops and starts. The high foul count is not just a statistic, it's a symptom of a larger issue that affects the entire experience of the game. Players barely have a chance to breathe, let alone establish any kind of flow. The constant stoppages mean that athletes are frequently taken out of their rhythm, making it challenging to maintain the intensity and focus required for high-level performance. It's a cycle that hampers both individual and team efforts, leading to a less cohesive and less exciting game. What should be an exhilarating display of athleticism becomes a slog, bogged down by constant stoppages. The frequent interruptions not only affect the player's performance but also diminish the overall spectacle of the game. Fans come to see fast-paced action, but instead, they are met with a series of halts that drain the excitement and energy from the arena. The game suffers, the athletes suffer, and the fans suffer. The excessive fouls and constant stoppages create a ripple effect that impacts everyone involved. For the sport to thrive, there needs to be a balance between maintaining fair play and preserving the natural flow of the game. Only then can basketball truly shine as the fast-paced, thrilling sport it is meant to be. Blind justice? The inconsistency plaguing WNBA games. It's a topic that has been discussed time and time again, yet it remains a persistent issue. Fans, players, and coaches alike are all too familiar with the frustration that comes from inconsistent officiating. It's one thing to have a tight whistle. It's another thing entirely to have a whistle that appears random and arbitrary. The difference between the two can be the difference between a fair game and one that feels rigged. The inconsistency of officiating in the WNBA is truly baffling. One moment a player might be called for a minor infraction, and the next a blatant foul goes unnoticed. This lack of consistency can disrupt the flow of the game and leave everyone involved feeling frustrated and confused. A foul on one possession is ignored on the next, often with seemingly identical contact. This kind of inconsistency not only affects the players on the court but also the overall integrity of the game. When calls are unpredictable, it becomes difficult for players to adjust their play and for coaches to strategize effectively. This unpredictable environment breeds frustration and distrust. Players are left wondering what will be called and what won't, leading to a lack of confidence in the officiating. Coaches are left trying to make sense of the calls and adjust their game plans on the fly, often to no avail. Players are left guessing, coaches are left fuming, and fans are left scratching their heads. The inconsistency in officiating not only affects the outcome of games, but also the overall enjoyment of the sport. Fans come to watch a fair and competitive game, not one marred by questionable calls and missed fouls. The lack of a clear and consistent standard is unacceptable at this level of professional sport. The WNBA deserves better, and so do its players, coaches, and fans. It's time for the league to address this issue head-on and ensure that officiating is fair, consistent, and transparent. Only then can the true spirit of the game shine through. Contact sport or non-contact sport? The physicality question. Part of the problem stems from an apparent lack of clarity regarding acceptable physicality. The WNBA is a physical league, no doubt, but there's a difference between hard-nosed defense and overly aggressive play. Refs seem to struggle with this distinction, calling ticky-tack fouls one moment and allowing blatant contact the next. This uneven application of the rules creates confusion and makes it difficult for players to understand what they can and cannot get away with. Phantom limbs and shifting screens, the mystery calls continue. In the world of professional basketball, particularly in the WNBA, the role of the referee is crucial. They are the arbiters of the game, the ones who ensure that the rules are followed and that the game is played fairly. However, there are times when their calls leave everyone scratching their heads. Then there are the truly head-scratching calls, the ones that leave you wondering if the refs are seeing the same game you are. These are the moments when the entire arena seems to collectively gasp in disbelief. Fans, players, and coaches alike are left questioning the very fabric of the game. How can such a call be made? What did the referee see that no one else did? Phantom fouls, where contact is imagined rather than real, are a regular occurrence. These calls can change the momentum of a game in an instant. A player who has done nothing wrong is suddenly penalized and the opposing team is given an advantage. It's a scenario that plays out all too often, leaving everyone involved feeling frustrated and confused. Moving screens, a perennial point of contention in basketball, are called with perplexing inconsistency. One moment a screen is perfectly legal, the next, it's a foul. The lack of consistency in these calls can be maddening for players and coaches. They train and strategize based on the rules, only to have those rules seemingly change on a whim. These questionable calls disrupt the flow of the game and undermine the integrity of the officiating. When a game is constantly interrupted by dubious calls, it becomes difficult for players to find their rhythm. The game loses its natural flow, and the excitement for fans diminishes. The integrity of the sport is called into question, and the trust in the officiating is eroded. It's hard to take the game seriously when the referees seem to be making it up as they go along. The unpredictability of these calls can make the game feel more like a lottery than a sport. Players and coaches are left to wonder what the next call will be and how it will impact the game. The fans, too, are left in a state of confusion, unsure of what to expect next. In the end, the mystery calls continue, casting a shadow over the game and leaving everyone yearning for clarity and consistency. Free points for everyone. Inflated scores and foul trouble. The high volume of fouls has a direct impact on the scoreboard. Teams are constantly in the bonus, leading to an abundance of free throws. Games become more about free throw shooting than skillful play. This foul-driven scoring distorts the game and makes it difficult to appreciate genuine offensive execution. Furthermore, star players are often saddled with early foul trouble, forcing coaches to make difficult decisions about playing time. Shining through the fog, star players rise above the chaos. Despite the officiating challenges, the immense talent within the WNBA shines through. Players like, name a prominent WNBA player and name another prominent WNBA player, continue to dazzle with their skills and athleticism, even when faced with questionable calls. Their ability to maintain focus and composure amidst the chaos is a testament to their professionalism and love for the game. The erosion of trust. Can fans and players believe in the refs? The biggest casualty of poor officiating is the erosion of trust. When players, coaches, and fans lose faith in the impartiality and competence of the officials, it undermines the integrity of the entire league. The WNBA needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror and acknowledge that there is a serious problem with the officiating. Demand better. The WNBA deserves quality officiating. The WNBA is a league brimming with talent and potential, but the poor quality of officiating is holding it back from reaching its full potential. Fans deserve better. The players deserve better. The league deserves better. It's time for the WNBA to invest in training, accountability, and a clear standard of officiating. Only then can the league truly flourish and the game be played the way it was meant to be played.